Oh, hey, everybody.
Hey.
Woo!
Yeah. Episode 342, bro.
It is 342.
And then we're not even including the episodes that we done with Pankfest. I don't count those towards the main count. So
I
we're
know.
probably
We have like almost at this point, I think we have like more
we have
episodes.
351. We have 351.
What's the highest episodic television show of all time? No, I'm just kidding.
I
I
think
know.
it's The
I know.
Simpsons, right?
I have no idea what has happened there. But anyway, I think it's Monday Night Raw.
Oh, it might be. Is it not The Simpsons?
It has to be either The Simpsons or Raw, but I'm thinking Raw by far because Raw does it every day of the year, every Monday.
And when
And
it will.
Simpsons only does it like one season or two seasons a
Oh, so
year,
they do
right?
it every. They don't. There's no break in Raw.
No, it's like there's three Monday Night Raws that a year, like like around Christmas time and stuff like that, which is very understandable. Come on, let the wrestlers go home to their family.
Yeah. I saw. I watched that. Mr. McMahon documentary. Whoa. But, yeah.
I'm in it twice.
Oh, you watched it twice?
No, I'm in it twice.
In the Mr. McMahon documentary, dude, yeah, you gotta.
He walks by me at the when WWF bought WCW. That part when he's in Cleveland, he walks right past me. And then the second part is about 10 minutes left in the documentary when Cody Rhodes gets lifted up on his shoulders. You can see me, Topher, and Logan and us,
So
right in the corner.
What did you think when the WWE about the WCW? Were you stoked about that?
No. And the reason being is the reason about I know this has nothing to do with movie, guys. We're just talking for a second before we get into it.
We haven't started the show yet.
And we haven't started the show yet. We're just talking. But literally, what happened when you take away a big competitor, if you take away Pepsi, Coke is not going to try new stuff.
It's not special, yeah.
Yeah, it's not special. If you take away Burger King or take away Taco Bell, there's no McDonald's. It's like you got to have competition to make the other one better and try to beat the other one. And when they took away the only competition they had at the time, they sucked for like 2 years. And then they did this influx of talent that they grabbed from there. And nothing made sense. No storylines were going well. Like it really did not.
They fixed it though, but now you think?
Yeah, I mean, now it's like the best it's been since freaking Attitude Era. Okay. Since before when WCW went against WWF.
Okay.
But all right, everybody.
So guys, real quick, I want to say something real quick. We are not oblivious to world events. We know the election that happened yesterday. We're not going to say anything about it, but Neil and I, if you watch the show, know that we're against racism, sexism, homophobia, and transphobia, and we'll leave it at that. That's just all there is to it. And let's start the show.
Yeah.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all ages? Yes, that's what I say every week. I'm trying to figure out what my Slack is.
Well, they're viewers and listeners, right? Like the people
viewers, listeners, Joe Bob Franklin, everybody who's out there.
Yeah.
How many of your friends are out there, Chris?
I don't know. I can't see from. I don't know. I can't tell.
Hundreds of people out there. They're just like, Chris, why Chris? Chris is my favorite. All right. But anyway, we're here to review 2 movies like we do every single week. Me and Chris are in here. Now, the 2 movies that we have decided this week are both based off of books that are going to be in the same category at the Oscars, probably.
Yeah, they got
so. And these have to be the 2 that are going to fight it out. I think it's so.
You think it's for best adapted screenplay? You think?
Best adapted screenplay. I believe so far these might be two of them that fight it out really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and first one is The Wild Robot, featuring. Oh man, you say her name.
Peter, with Peter Nyong'o.
And you know why? I got this from Mrs. Shaw. Mrs. Stubbs won't even grab me no soap to clean with. I stink so much I make myself gag. 500 pounds of cotton, day in, day out. More than any man here. And for that I will be clean. That's all I ask. This here, what I went to Shaw's for.
That's from 12 Years a Slave.
Oh, dude, I thought it was from Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Come on, dude.
I'm just kidding. I know she's in both, but she's also in Us. She's good actor, one of the main actresses that are out there, is ripping up Hollywood right now. Another one who's in this movie, and one of my favorite characters, I think, this year in animated, is one and only Mr. Pedro Pascal.
Okay, you just run out there, you get the truck, you come back and get me. I will keep a lookout.
Love it. Love the plan. But maybe you should go and I'll stay here.
I love that plan. I do. But you are a faster runner than me. I saw how fast you were in National Treasure.
No, that'd be the stunt department.
Not according to the making of featurette.
Fine, I'll go. Wait.
So you're gonna go? I'm going with you.
Yeah, that's from Bear William as a Talent.
Yeah, gosh, I'm still like, he's the most excited I've ever been for like a comic book character besides like Tony Stark or Michael Keaton Batman, is Pedro Pascal, because he's playing Dr. Reed Richards. He's playing Mr. Fantastic. I can't wait to see his rendition of that. Anyway, also in this movie is Kit Connor.
I'm just so sorry I ran away last night. I was just freaking out because I was confused and surprised and, honestly, I'm having a proper full-on gay crisis.
Yeah, that's from a show the UK's in. I forget what it's called, though. It's like an Into UK show. Yeah.
Is that Heartstopper?
It is. Yeah, good job.
Yeah. Okay, it's like Heartstopper, his Dark Materials. He was in Rocket Man. Really
Rocket Man. I tried to do Rocket Man stuff, but I couldn't find anything long enough. So, sorry.
Also in this movie, Bill Nye.
I'd only give one piece of advice to anyone marrying. We're all quite similar in the end. We all get old and tell the same tales too many times. But try and marry someone kind. And this is a kind man with a good heart. I'm not particularly proud of many things in my life, but I am very proud to be the father of my son.
Where's that from you?
Is that Love Actually?
No, About Time. That's what it's from.
Oh, okay. Man, I was thought you were going to grab him from when he was Davy Jones in Pirates of the Caribbean, or the stepdad in Shaun of the Dead.
I just thought that was such a really sweet quote,
It was a really sweet quote.
But I
was expecting something completely different. I was thinking you're going to grab one of his wacky characters. Also, and talking about a wacky character, one of my favorite characters, I made Chris pull this clip, is one of my favorite guys and one of my favorite shows, which is continuing on right now for its last season, What We Do in Shadows, the great Matt Perry.
Doing that thing where he pays a lot of attention to your area.
The thing is, he's got this irritating habit of giving you orders just at the moment of climax. So you're both there in the moment, and then he barks an order, and you're, what?
What? Nothing.
I beg your pardon?
What are you saying?
And he never repeats what he said. He expects you to have listened during the climax.
There you go. I love the relationship. The relationship is amazing in that show.
Oh, it's one of the best. Danny actually still. Danny has a shirt that it's the Fleetwood Mac Rumors cover, but it's to Laszlo and Nadia.
Yeah, I mean that's relationship goals, right?
Also in this movie is like Mark Hamill, Vine Rains, Catherine O'Hara, who's awesome in the new Agatha All Along, which is getting them but love everywhere. A bunch of great actors in this movie called The Wild Robot. Now, the second movie that we'll be doing today is controversial. From a book too. I don't think I did the book cover. Did I do the book cover? I did not grab the book cover. Okay. But the one and only Conclave, featuring how do you pronounce it? It's Ref Fiennes.
It is Rafe Fiennes. Rafe Fiennes. Yeah. I found that in England they don't say Ralph, they say Rafe, which is okay. So Rafe Fiennes. Here we go.
Do not eat. Taste. Savor. Relish. Consider every morsel that you place inside your mouth. Be mindful. But do not eat. Our menu is too precious for that. And look around. Here we are, on this island. Accept all of it. And forgive. And on that note, food.
Where's that from, Neil?
Oh, come on, it's a menu. I watched that thing like that's literally one of my it's in my rotation now for the
going to sleep.
Movies. Like I probably watched that thing twice last week, or at least parts of it. To go to sleep too. Also in this movie, one of the greatest actors of all times as well, Mr. Stanley
Tucci.
That's what I said. I said I always try not. You know how I am. I always try to not to Tucci. Stanley Tucci.
All right. Sounds like you're having sex in here, which I know can't be true due to the fact that you have a homosexual boyfriend.
He's not my boyfriend.
Hey, no judgment. All God's children. It's fine. I was gay once for a while. No big deal. We all do it. It's okay.
Where's that from now?
Easy A, man. That's like literally one of my favorite scenes. My favorite like great scenes. Like one of my favorite ones is I liked him as the cop in Lucky Number 11. I thought he added a big like that's one of my favorite. That's a movie, guys. If you haven't seen Lucky Number 11, it's not on many streaming platforms. You literally gotta go looking for it. But it has such a great cast.
Yeah, it's weird. It's Josh Hartnett before, like his last movie before he disappeared for a minute. Like yeah, come back. But it's a really good movie. It's just overlooked though. So
and last but not least, I think you got. Wait a minute, you got
two more.
Two more. We got the great John Lithgow.
Then I will ensure that a barometric report is included in your box tomorrow, complete with isobars and isohumes. It has been an unusually cold winter, and there are only so many things that I, as Prime Minister, am prepared to inflict on your subjects as a reward for winning a world war and prevailing over fascism, evil, and tyranny. Letting them freeze is not one of them.
All right, Neil. That was a hard one.
I'm trying to think of it. I know I've seen him. I know that I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what the name of that is.
The Crown. He played Winston Churchill on The Crown.
Yes. I totally. I've not seen that. Then I thought it was something else. My favorite was either John Lithgow. We all know him from some of the great '80s classics like Harry and the Hendersons.
But then you're talking about Dexter, right?
Dexter.
I looked for that.
Oh.
He's also just creepy looking. He doesn't talk a whole lot as the trainee killer, but yeah.
Let me make sure I'm thinking of the right movie. But if I did. There is a movie called Raising Cain that he did in the 1990s. It was 1992.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I think I remember seeing creepy John Lithgow, and that the father or the happy guy or whatever. So I think that one is a good one. Oh, Santa Claus. Oh, it's one of my favorite movies every year. Oh, anyway. Anyway, also on this list is the wonderful Isabel Rossellini.
Whoa, look at this. So, what do you want, Mr. Snakeskin?
I was hoping you could tell me if there's a contract out on me. I really need to know.
By who?
Santos or Marietta Fortune.
I heard you were going with that bitch's daughter.
You heard right.
You are one big, stupid asshole. Don't you know that her mommy and Santos kill her daddy?
So that's from Wild at Heart.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought that was Wild at Heart. A good job at me. Yay!
So
I got all the movies.
I could have gone the Blue Velvet, but like she just sings in that. So that's all I could find to sing. Yeah, so
but that is some of the main actors going to be in Conclave, which we'll talk about later. Chris, tell everybody where they can find us.
You can find us online at moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're at facebook.com/moviesdon'tsuckpodcast. We're on Twitter, X and TS Podcast, Instagram at TS Podcast. We're on Bonfire. I'm sorry, we're Patreon, patreon.com/moviesdon'tsuck. We're at WTMnet.com, W2, Movies.net. You'll find us there along with a bunch of other podcasts. We're on Bonfire accounts, which Movies on Six and do. We go to Blackwood Dash Productions at TeePublic. You'll find our shirts there. Stuff with the logo on it, all the other stuff Neil's made. And where you find Kyle on YouTube at Movies on Suck Podcast. And where you find podcasts on Movies on something to do, like, share, all that stuff. Tell your friends, all that sort of thing. You know, are we talking about someone today? We're promoting someone today?
Of course. You know what? I'm going to promote someone that I know they're a big name. I know they're a big name. They're not a chain, though. They are locally owned. And I'm going to make you so hungry that probably you're going to go eat there because I'm doing a Kansas City great. Because I wanted to be in a good mood today. And because also yesterday I had this argument with somebody who said their barbecue was the best barbecue.
That's BS. It can't be. Can't see.
So I'm going to promote the best barbecue in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be the great Arthur Bryant's barbecue sauce and barbecue in Kansas City. Now, if you've never seen the place, guys, this is what it looks like. It's not fancy. You go in there, it's tables. You eat there if you want to, or you can take it to go. And it is seriously one of my favorite barbecue joints in the world. There is a line outside of that thing almost every day. Like, I thought I had the line somewhere. But that's one of the lines. But I thought I had a picture of it outside. Whatever. But anyway, it is usually a line out the door, down the block every single day. Arthur Bryant's is legendary king of ribs and is the most renowned barbecuer in history. He created a unique sauce and style that has attracted the likes of President Truman, Carter, Barack Obama to the restaurant. Charlie Bryant started the Kansas City barbecue tradition, learning from his father of barbecue, Henry Perry, from who Charlie worked. Arthur visited his brother Charlie in Kansas City and never left. Upon his brother's death, Arthur took over the operation and moved the restaurant to where it stands today, good old 18th and Brooklyn, Kansas City. Now, guys, I learned about this going through the website today. You ready for this, Chris?
Yeah.
I can buy Arthur Bryant's.
What?
You can go to their website, and I shit you not, nationwide shipping, and you can buy barbecue that they airtight it, if you see right here, and send it overnight.
Nice.
This is what it looks like. I'm not gonna lie though, it is expensive. like this right here. How much do you think that meal costs right there? Just that.
$15. Any more?
You wouldn't even get that for $15.
Okay, I'll say $35 for all that.
All right. That is $159.
Wow. Well, they definitely say, hey man, we'll do the stuff for you.
This is their right here. This is their $270 meal right here.
It was so good.
But it does get overnight to you, and it is Arthur Bryant. So, but Arthur Bryant sauce, you can buy it anywhere. You can go and buy their sauce online, which if you can't get to the restaurant itself or you don't want the meat that's super expensive, go buy the sauce. It's one of the best sauces out there. It's ArthurBryantBarbecue.com. That's it. Go and support local. I always do. You do too.
And just so you guys know, this would the late great
Topher Gomez. There he is. There's the guy I had the argument with.
Well, okay, so just so you guys know, the late great Anthony Bourdain says that he was in Kansas City, which means he's eating the best barbecue on the planet. So, if you know the first Anthony
It's the
Bourdain,
best. I always try to fight it, and it's not a fight. I need to fight.
I mean, there's so many good places in Kansas City for barbecue. There's Joe's, which is a classic. My dad's come down next week, and we'll take him to Joe's. Maybe I'll take him to Bryant.
Q39.
I know that's expensive though.
I know it's the fancy barbecue.
It's so good though. It's really good.
Like their sirloin burger where they chop up the burnt ends and make it into a burger. Oh man, I'm hungry for barbecue. I need some barbecue. I need some real barbecue. I need you to send me some barbecue, overnight it, and I bet we can do it cheaper than $250. And
we'll see what happens.
And overnight me like a 6-pack of KC Beer Dunkel.
Oh, there's a Dunkel there, huh?
No, the furthest I have to the nearest I can get KC Beer Dunkel is Joplin. Joplin's the closest. Joplin's the furthest it comes down. All right, let's talk movies. First, let's talk about The Wild Robot.
The Wild Robot, directed and written by Chris Sanders, and Peter Brown is the writer of the novel. This stars Lupita Nyong'o as the voice of Roz.
You know why?
Pedro Pascal plays Fink.
Okay, you just run out there, you get the truck, you come back and get me.
Kit Connor plays Bright Bill.
I'm just so sorry I ran away last night.
Bill Nighy plays Long Neck.
I'd only give one piece of advice.
Stephanie Sue plays Vantra. Matt Berry plays Paddler.
Doing that thing where he pays a lot of attention to your area.
Oh, that's not
Doing that thing where he pays a lot of attention to your area.
His thing is, he's got this irritating habit of giving you orders just at the moment of climax.
Also, this stars Ving Rhames as Thunderbolt, Mark Hamill as Thorn, Catherine O'Hara as Pinktail, and a bunch of other great voices. Neil, why don't you read the storyline for The Wild Robot?
From DreamWorks Animation comes a new adaptation of a literary sensation. Peter Brown's beloved award-winning #1 New York Times bestseller, The Wild Robot. The epic adventure follows the journey of a robot, Rosem, Unit 7134, ROS for short, that is shipwrecked on an uninhabited island and must learn to adapt to the harsh surroundings, gradually building relationships with the animals on the island and becoming the adoptive parent of an orphan gooseling.
So this is a computer-generated movie, so CGI, so cartoon that way. It's also gorgeous.
Oh my gosh. Let's see, I took a couple of the still frames, but like some of these frames are just ridiculous. Like the color work, DreamWorks put all their money into this.
Popped, dude. It just popped. This all this the colors in this, just the way it moved. It was perfect for this movie.
Like, look at that. Look at that. I could hang it up as a painting.
I know, dude. It's gorgeous.
It's like some of this movie is just so ridiculous. Like, look at that. That's like, I want that. I might make that my screensaver, dude. Like, it's seriously, the artwork in this movie is so beautiful. And guys, that's not the best part of the movie.
Oh, not at all.
This movie is like, I even explained it to my boss yesterday. Yesterday or the day before, but whatever. Whatever day I worked. Yeah, it was yesterday. I was like, dude, this movie does not do any of the adult humor, really. It doesn't. It stays away from that. And I go, and it teaches you a life lesson we should all learn.
Yeah. And it's basically to come together as a group. But one thing, but there's more than that. This movie, okay. So I saw it with the group people. I think everyone in the group people had red eyes after the movie.
Oh my God. It was like, and it's not just the end of the movie. It's throughout the entire movie. This is like what would it be, Your Neighbor? The Mr. Rogers documentary. It's not the ending that makes you bawl like a baby. It's all of it.
Yeah, and a lot of it's not sad. It's just so fucking sweet. Like sorry, I said the F word already, but
yeah. We were trying not to cuss, and Chris
sorry,
totally
guys.
just because both are PG movies.
I know, but this movie was just so damn sweet. It's just my wife cried through half of it. She said,
"Oh my gosh, there's just so many good moments, like everything from." I mean, we already said this, so like the meeting of the robot and the Gosling, the animals and how they react, and even like the wild robot and how it progresses so it can start hearing what the animals say, because originally he just falls on this island and he doesn't know how to speak to any of the animals, so like he just scares everybody the entire time.
And also Pedro Pascal as the fox, perfect. But I was like, is that Jason Bateman? Because I was thinking it was Zootopia. Like it could have worked out that way. But did you recognize Matt Berry when you heard him?
Where's he at? Boom.
There
he is. Yeah, there he is. Pedro Pascal. What's that?
Did you recognize Matt Berry's voice?
Oh, right away. I can with Matt Berry, I can literally I can pick. Dude, I am getting so good at picking out who everybody is because I don't usually go looking at the cast of anime movies. I want to be surprised. I want to learn the character before I go learn what the actor is.
You knew Thor was Mark Hamill, right?
Huh? Oh yeah, I picked up Mark Hamill, right? Mark Hamill is like one of the most familiar voices to me.
Yes, I know Mark Hamill is he's a voiceover master.
Yeah. I mean, he's one of the greats, and so like this movie was just it's just like heartstring after heartstring. But the thing is, it has a really good lesson in life and teaches about the progressive of human emotion, about trying to accept someone's new environment.
Yep.
And I think this movie should be shown to people that have to move a lot.
It should be shown to everyone because it's a delightful movie. It's one of those things that, man, you said it's also very funny parts to it, but it has humor that there's no adult stuff in it, but it's universal humor, and universal themes of growing up and sort of letting go and learning and coming together and doing what's best for everyone else,
And the best part is that, like I said earlier, both of these are from books that were #1 bestsellers on the New York bestsellers list, New York Times bestseller list. I think that is going to be when have you had two movies come out at the same time that were adaptations of books that were good? like lately, the adaptations of certain names and properties and things from books sometimes just suck so bad after
And this one, and we'll talk about Conclave. This is just it's a hug in movie form. It really is.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. You feel so warm afterwards.
Yeah. So like, I watched Paddington 1 and 2 this weekend, right after one another, and that was sort of like a hug, And this Wild Robot is just like a hug of a movie. You just feel good afterwards, even if you cry a little bit. I cried a lot personally. Even if you do that, this movie, it's the best animated movie I've seen in years, honestly.
Yeah, this is the movie that literally, if you want to get a group of people and just have a good cry together.
Yeah. This is better than a lot of Pixar we've seen recently. This
is better than a lot of movies we've seen. This is like one of those movies that it gets where to get you, and it gets to where to draw you in.
Yeah.
Because like a little bit at the beginning, you're like, all right, everybody's telling me about this movie. Everybody's telling me that I'm gonna be heartstrongs, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like, the first 10, 15 minutes of the movie, you're just like, okay, I don't oh. And then after that, like after I think the first 10, 15
Yeah.
minutes, it slowly grabbed you, and you didn't even understand that it grabbed you.
Yeah.
You're like so invested in it all of a sudden. You're like this is a phone not needed movie.
Oh yeah, take your phone off. Turn it off.
Yeah, turn your phone off, put it down, whatever. This is a movie that literally will just give you great raw emotion.
Yeah, and there's no like the only technology involved is what's making it. And it does have little messages, like for example, when you see what the world looks like as the Gosling is flying to its destination, it just maybe say a little bit about what will happen to the environment if we don't take care of it. But other than that, this movie is fantastic.
I can't. There's not anything a movie just got knocked off of my top 10, bro.
Yeah.
Like literally, that's what just happened. I don't know where this is going to end up, but
yeah.
Especially the week that we all been having as a nation, this was like literally one of those movies that, man, if you need a good cry,
oh yeah,
go get your good cry in right
yeah,
there.
you go see The Wild Robot. It'll make you feel a little better if you're feeling happy. Yeah,
you feel like at the end of the day, it's not a sad cry. It's a good cry. It's a good happy cry. You understand things, and you wish this is the way the life would be. It's kind of like every time I watch Star Trek, I have to cry because I'm like, why can't the world be like Star Trek? Anyway.
The Wild Robot, it's beautiful. The acting is fantastic. There's things for everyone in this thing, and it's just an all around gorgeous movie. It beats anything Pixar's come out with in the last 5 years, and honestly, this is top notch entertainment. You won't find anything better than this animated, at least this year.
I mean, this is easily is one of the best. This has to get. I don't know. We'll talk about it after we review.
But what my score on this is, I go first always, right? My score on this is a 4.6, 4.7. It's a fantastic movie.
4.7, man, easily.
Yeah,
4.7. This is what the movies are about. This is the kind of thing you go, man.
Me and Neil love heart, and this has so much of it. It's bursting with heart.
I like a good story, and the thing is, like, for you to tell me a story that I've seen how many times by so many different people doing the same kind of story, and for you to tell me a story that hits so hard that it gives me that kind of raw emotion that this movie does, I really, it's an animated movie. You're not supposed to be able to do that, bro.
It's what movies are made for, and that's like this is how it's made. Like it's just so masterfully done. All right, Neil.
I agree with that.
I'm on RottenTomatoes.com. What is the popcorn? I'm sorry. I'll call it the popcorn. What's it's called now? What is the audience score?
I don't care. It's the audience score. Tell me
what's the audience score for this.
Yeah, thank you. I don't like popcorn. I like popcorn. Whatever.
Okay.
I don't like that. Anyway, I am going to have to go with the audience gave this a score of has to be 98%.
Good job. 98%.
Really?
Yeah. There's the audience says. There's audience says. It says the death of the best. Yeah, a death in the best-selling novel. DreamWorks' The Wild Robot will steal hearts both young and old. All right, Neil. What's the Big Bad Mean critic score for The Wild Robot?
Your mom. No, I'm just kidding. Your mom's a really nice lady. Anyway, 97.
Close. It was certified fresh at 98%.
They are at 98 too?
Yeah.
At 98. Well, yeah.
Critics' consensus is a simple tale told with great sophistication. The Wild Robot is wondrous entertainment that dazzles the eye while filling your heart to the brim. And me and Neil's eyes were filled to the rim with tears. I read a good review and a bad review on this. I'm gonna have a hard time finding a bad review because it's 98%. Everyone loved this thing. This is from let's see this one. This is from Wendy Ide of the Observer. She says it's similar stuff, certainly, but the picture's unexpectedly dark humor outweighs any modeling tendencies. 4 out of 5. Okay. And this is a not so good one. It's from Yassifer Mendina of Cinephile. It says, as noteworthy animation depicting its animal kingdom, but often stumbles through a series of commonplaces. The dragon indulgence that dries up like trees, and its predictable fable about acceptance, identity, and nature. Me and Neil love this thing. So go walk off a pier, Yasser Medina. So this is a
it was a great movie, and
Yeah.
it just I just anybody that loves good movies, it's a movie to go see. This is I cannot highly recommend it more than recommend it. I can highly recommend it more than any other movie out there.
You guys can rent it from home right now. I think you can find it on home, and if it's I think it's a little bit more than what you're used to paying, but
And I believe
it's
in I think November, not November, but I think the end of November, right around Thanksgiving, is when it's going to be coming out on like a streaming platform. I can't remember which one grabbed it, but if I remember reading it sometime in the news a couple weeks ago. And Chris just left me for no reason. Oh my gosh. Remember when people were at least nice enough to not, he did the old Irish goodbye to me. He just decided that he was done with the podcast. He gave up on life. He is now somewhere else in the other. I don't know where he went. He didn't even message me or anything. You'd think he'd at least give me a phone message or at least tell me, hey, this is where I just went. But no, nothing. Nada. Hello, Chris. Where you at, Chris? That was weird. Okay, we're about to go into the news segment here in just a second. Right whenever Chris gets back, I guess I got to pull up some kind of way of contacting him. Oh, there he is.
Can you hear me?
Hey, buddy. How you doing there, buddy?
Can you hear me at all? Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know what happened, man. It just went nuts on me, but I'm back. What were you saying about November? It's going to show up somewhere in November, you said? Or December? About the movie?
Your movie. What is it?
Well, you said something about this movie is coming out somewhere in December, you said?
Oh yeah, it said it's going to be on streaming in the next 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so anyway, this movie is going to be out on streaming at the end of the month somewhere. So if you don't want to pay the $20 on VOD, seriously go just see it, man. It's one of the best ever.
Yeah. All right. Neil, I think we're ready for news. You got news queued up? I think we're ready to do
Yes, the movies that don't suck and some of them news. Let's do it. This is the movies don't suck and some of them news. I'm going to tell Chris events going on in the world of movies and entertainment. He's going to enjoy it because it comes from my Richie Silk voice.
All right, now I'm ready for you to lay some. Oh, sorry. Some.
All right. Well, let's talk about the
sequels on
sad
me.
one. Let's get the sad one out of the way.
Okay. All right.
The sad one out of the way first.
Okay.
One of the greatest music producers and also soundtrack music producers of all time passed away recently, just 2 days ago. The great Quincy Jones. Now, if you don't know, he is a producer on The Color Purple and The Heat of the Night, X-Men: Days of Future Past, Getaway. Like he was Michael Jackson's producer, did stuff with Miles Davis. I mean, everything. He did the Stanford and Son show. He did The Wiz. He did, he is like one of the biggest music producers and legends of all time. He will be missed. He is one of the greats. And anybody out there that if you ever that's related to him or anything like that, nothing but respect, and hopefully you guys make it through a hard time because he was one of. I've heard he's nothing but the best kind of guy in the world.
Yeah, Quincy Jones.
All right, from the super sad to the super happy. One of the biggest movies of this year was
The Water Robot.
No. What's the biggest movie of the year? All right.
Deadpool Wolverine. Yeah.
They liked it so much that we're not getting a sequel. Sean Levy, Hugh Jackman, and Ryan Reynolds are now writing a movie where it's just Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman hanging out or whatever, doing some kind of movie. They haven't 100% said what they're writing yet. They're in the works, but they have decided that they are going to do a project, the three of them together, just whatever.
That's sweet.
So they know they can't do Deadpool Wolverine because now that those rights are all owned by Disney and stuff like that, and they'd have to go through a lot of tape and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they're spending the year writing, and they're writing the movie for Hugh Jackman and Sean. Oh, this is Ryan Reynolds speaking. Actually, I'm writing the movie for myself, Hugh Jackman, and Sean Levy to do a movie, and it's not Marvel. We want to do something on our own, and whatever, we're going to be there. That we're going to be in the front row. Who's not, we're going to be right there. But talking about Marvel, one of the big surprise movies of last year, Godzilla -1 director is going to be signing a movie deal with them.
Wow. Okay, so that's like a dream, right? For some people, right? Like for
I mean, if anything, let's be honest. If he does a Marvel movie, what movie should he do?
I mean, what's the closest thing Marvel has to kaiju movie?
I mean, Shang-Chi. I would say like a sequel to Shang-Chi or something like that. Wouldn't that be good?
Yeah, it would be. I mean, you could bring in Galactus and the Eternals or something.
I don't know. I just think that would be the best way to go.
Yeah.
Are we off timing?
Are we?
1,
2.
A little bit. Okay. Sorry, guys. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to refresh. It's probably on my side. Boom.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So, I had problems, and now Neil has problems. Technology doesn't like long distance podcasting, but we do it because we love each other. They can't imagine doing anything else. Right?
1,
2,
3. Okay,
4.
good. All right. Every time I do the news segment, sometimes I'm pulling up these websites and they delay our feed, and so we got to just kind of update it. Third movie for the Orphan series. Didn't see this one coming. Orphan, Lionsgate has announced that Lionsgate and Dark Castle are going to make the Orphan series a threequel.
See, I like that Orphan First Kill. That one came like a couple years ago. I actually like that one.
Yeah, so did I. We were both kind of fans of it, but it's kind of like, all right, well, at least we know she's probably going to die. She has to die, right?
Yeah, I guess so, man. It's just, you and I are getting a little tired of sequels, I think. We just want more new stuff.
So Ben Stiller is going to be doing a athletic movie again, a sports movie.
Is he a sportswear, like a coach?
It's not going to be Dodgeball 2. No, this is going to be called The Dink, and it's going to be about pickleball.
Pickleball is like a big thing among men his age nowadays. Like everyone's playing pickleball.
So listen to this. This is the people that are involved in it so far. We got Josh Greenbaum, who's right now working on Spaceballs 2. From a script written by Sean Clements. Then the cast in this pickleball movie so far is Patton Oswalt from Ratatouille, Chris Parnell from Rick and Morty, Martin Coe from Cobra Kai, Christian Taylor from Dodgeball, Chloe Feynman from Saturday Night Live, Aaron Cheen from Fisk, and now John McEnroy, the famous tennis player, has joined the cast.
That's awesome. That sounds fun.
So I'm sure it's going to be like a Happy Gilmore, dodgeball, funny movie like that.
Yeah. Patton Oswalt, anything Patton Oswalt's in, I'll watch, though. Anything he's in. And Ben Stiller, yeah, why not?
It just makes no I mean, I can't wait. Anything they do. All right, sad news for all you Adventures of Link fans. Zelda movie is not going to be coming out until 2030.
What?
That means
that's like 5 years from now.
Yes. 6 years. I mean, about 5 years, right? It's one more month than 5 years. But in 5 years, 5 to 6 years, it will be. That's how long this movie is going to take to be made.
I've been playing the new Legend of Zelda game where you actually play Zelda, and it's hard as hell. Like,
Oh,
I'm having
really?
trouble. Yeah, yeah. It's like mostly puzzles, but it's really fun. So,
I like puzzle. I like puzzles. Like I like the Tomb Raider Lara Croft games because
dude,
of
those are awesome. I love those too. The newer
the
ones are so
puzzles.
good.
Yeah, I did the Shadow of the
Yeah,
Tomb. I just finished that one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's really good.
All right. Kevin Bacon is putting his entire family into a horror movie. With him. Now, Kevin Bacon is who's known for like Friday the 13th and stuff like that. But Bacon will direct a movie called Family Movie, which all 4 members of the Bacon clan are producing under Mixed Bread Films, with international rights being handled by Neon. Norman Gothley of Dark Castle Entertainment is also on board as producer, saying in a statement, "There may not be a more compelling Hollywood family than the Bacons, and we can't wait to bring their unique dynamic to the screen and then wildly turn on its head for the audiences." So literally,
so we're gonna have Kira Sedgwick in this, and Sosie Bacon and all the people in this movie, or they're producing it.
they're all starring and producing.
That's incredible.
It's a family movie. It follows an eclectic but tight-knit family of filmmakers who suddenly find themselves in a real-life horror movie when a body turns up on the set of their new latest low-budget slasher. As the production spirals comedically out of control, they realize that the only solution to keep filming is to cover up the murder by any means necessary.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about that. I just,
I know.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
I mean, Kevin Bacon, he's so goofy. It's not like he did that holiday special with Guardians of the Galaxy. He just seems so down for everything. So, yeah, Kevin.
I can't wait. It sounds great. The director of Casino Royale from the James Bond series with good old Daniel Craig. He is going to be doing an action movie with Daisy Ridley, known for her role as Rey in the Star Wars films, and they are going to be doing a movie. The movie's called Dedication, and it follows Major Billie Jean Parker, played by Ridley, a decorated Marine Corps commander who is revealed of duty after a high-stakes mission in the Philippines. It results in civilian casualties despite capturing the anarchist leader, Omar Romas. Facing the loss of her career, she visits her dying father, who asks her to attend a dedication ceremony for a school building named in his honor. The events take a deadly turn when Omar's vengeful son, Pinto, launches an assault and takes hostages.
Sounds exciting.
I know. Sounds like exactly like a James Bond movie. James Gunn would like to tell you guys, sorry, it's not coming anytime soon. Don't get your hopes up, guys. The Justice League will not be on the film together for a little while. It's going to take a few years before he gets there. He's trying to build a universe. Don't think he's going to, because I don't know if you saw what happened the last time they tried to rush that.
Oh, yeah.
I think we were all there for that.
So real quick, are they gonna use is it so coming when it's the Robert Pattinson's the Batman? Is that part of that universe that James Gunn's creating, or is it the other stuff?
We will find out in the Superman movie. That's what I told you. That's the 2 weeks ago when Mark was on. Where it's if they mention it in the new movies, that's when we'll find out if that is
other version or not. Yeah.
Yeah, our version or not.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So we'll find that out later. And I don't want to deep dive and try to ruin that. I want to see that live.
Yeah, I got you.
One of our favorite series of movies that's probably never going to get made, Horizon, the American Saga, which number one is on HBO. It's on Max.
Okay.
It's on Max.
Uh-huh.
But they're doing a documentary that is going behind the scenes of the original project, because they're trying to get love and hype for it so they can get the other 2 chapters made.
Oh man, I don't know if it's gonna happen, dude. Like Kevin, I know Kevin Costner's all about it, but no one else was.
Nobody is about it, bro. And you just pissed everybody off. Because you're like, well, if you don't understand it, you don't understand it. Well, that's not how that goes, bro. That's not how it does it.
Both you and I saw the preview for that. I'm like, who is that for? Like, who's gonna see that? You know. So I mean, I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's fine. Whatever. But I just you don't have 3 hours to watch movies anymore. We have to watch. We have other things to watch. So Horizon.
Right.
Yeah.
So George Romero's last Night of the Living Dead movie is adding a zombie killing veteran to the series, hopefully to pop it up a little bit more.
Is it Bruce Campbell?
And who has killed more zombies in movies than anyone?
Oh, I don't know, man. You have to tell me now because I said Bruce Campbell when you said no.
No, way more than Bruce Campbell. Way more killed.
Okay.
Killed millions more zombies than freaking Bruce Campbell.
Tell me, dude.
Mila Jovovich, the Resident Evil.
Yeah. So she's gonna add to the Night of the Living Dead.
She's gonna be added to the new Twilight of the Dead is the name of it, which is a movie that Romero wrote a treatment for. And also will be Betty Gabriel from Get Out.
Nice.
She's going to be in it. It'll be set on a tropical island. According to the report, it will deliver into the dark nature of humanity from the perspective of the last human on Earth the last humans on Earth who are caught between factions of the undead.
Well, that's okay. I mean, it reminds a little bit of Omega Man, but whatever.
Hey, man, it's Romero, dude. He created zombies. So let's just be honest. If it wasn't him, zombies were anything. Somebody wants to take a stab at the good old Rosemary Babies movies.
We don't need another one. So I think we're good.
There's a famous writer director that wants to take a stab at after seeing Apartment 7A because he is one of the biggest Rosemary Babies fans of all time. He used to see it in the theater when he was a kid. One of the most famous writer-directors of all time. Who do you think it is?
It's not Quentin Tarantino, right?
No.
Okay, who is it?
Kevin Smith wants to take a stab.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I would see that. I would definitely see that,
He goes, because I love satanic cult movies. I'm a child of the 70s,
Dude,
and I am a Catholic. And a Catholic kid, so Satan, that's like our Darth Vader in our fucking space opera. So as a kid, whenever they were like devil movies, I was like, ah!
And those Catholics are really scared of the devil, dude. Those Catholics are really scared of the devil.
They are
really scared of it.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about Chris. Stop bringing. You say you might.
Okay.
Black Phillip is not the devil, dude. That's a goat.
Okay. Well, but he's a harbinger. He's a messenger.
He's a messenger. He's a harper. All right, so Eddie Murphy is going to be playing the most unlikely person I'd ever think I'd ever hear the names ever. He is going to be playing in a new music biopic, and he is going to be playing the godfather of funk himself.
James Brown?
No, that's a Godfather's soul.
Oh, sorry. George Clinton.
George Clinton and the Parliament Funk biopic with Eddie Murphy. Now, the thing is that because they're going to make him like funny crackhead, George Clinton?
Yeah, I don't know. Because he's 60 now, and George Clinton's
he's not 60. He has to be at least 100, bro.
No, it's not Eddie Murphy's. Eddie Bell is Eddie Murphy. He's probably like
but Eddie Murphy. Right? Eddie Murphy looks young. He can just put makeup on him.
All right. Yeah, I mean George Clinton is a wild man. He's still around too, still funking it up, right?
So yeah, it is by Catherine Davis, who's a lifelong Clinton fan, right? Who brought the idea to Murphy. Murphy will be producing alongside John Davis and Catherine Davis, and George Clinton himself is going to be part of this. So we're not going to get the crack stories. I want the crack stories. We all know George Clanton smokes a crack, all right?
Yeah,
and
he's
it's
crazy,
okay, man. You're still alive, bro. So you did it well. I've seen you perform so many times.
That song, shit, goddamn, get off your ass and jam. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, Atomic Dog, Atomic Dog. Bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay. Bow wow yippee yo yippee yay. Yeah. Anyway, Daniel Craig wants to make a major change to the Knives Out 3 movie.
What's he want to do?
He would like it to be in the theater.
In the theater?
Since none of them have been in the theater.
The first one was.
No.
I saw all 3 in the theater. All 2 in the theater. Knives Out 1 was in the theater for sure.
1 was in the theater. 2 was on Netflix.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But yes, he would like number 3 to go back to the movie theater. He doesn't want it to be just released on. And to be honest, the Knives Out series is worth it because let's be honest, Knives Out is one of the funniest series of movies that come out.
It's so fun now.
Yeah, it's like the Ocean's 11, but every time it's not the same 11 people. You know what I'm saying? It's like a whole different group.
It's like the Agatha Christie thing, but more fun. You know?
Yeah. Oh my god, I need to catch up. I need to catch up on those. Like, Agatha Christie. I'm sorry, I thought you meant Agatha Lloyd.
Yeah. I haven't been watching that. Sorry.
The Fly is going to be getting a movie, but the movie is not going to be a sequel. It's going to be in the universe
of The Fly. Okay.
Of The Fly. So basically, it's going to be set and written by let me see if I get this name correctly. It's going to be in the David Cronenberg's universe.
Okay.
But it is going to be written by where's the name? You can't give me the last name and not give me the first name. There it is. Nikyata Jazu.
So it's gonna be super fucked up. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, and it will be made under 20th Century Studios. Producers, Topping of Chinny Entertainment. They don't know many of the details, but the way it explained that it will not be a remake, but it will be a new story in the world. So maybe somebody steals one of the pods.
I really hope it's as creepy as what we saw The Substance earlier this year, which one of our favorite movies we've seen. Yeah.
And to be honest, let's just be honest. Let's be 100% honest on that, dude. That would just be, if it's done right.
Yeah.
Like, have you gone back and watched The Fly with Jeff Goldblum in recent years?
It's been years.
Oh my God, go back and watch it.
Yeah.
You don't realize how disturbing that movie is until you go back and rewatch it again. Like I tried to rewatch it. I can't remember what day it was.
You should feel sexy.
Will Ferrell is about to bring a comedy. I got a couple more that I think are necessary ones. Will Ferrell is going to play one most like a comic version of one of the most iconic 70s, 80s characters of all time. He is going to be doing Clint Eastwood's Dirty Harry, but as comedic.
I'm wondering how Clint Eastwood would feel about this. You know, that the guy.
It's Will Ferrell, man.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
That's all we care. That one was just bad.
Yeah. And we were all looking forward to like John C. Reilly and they're back together, and we're like, we didn't want that at all. So.
It's called the movie's going to be called Street Justice. It's going to be Attorney Harry type who goes on taking justice into his own hands based on the script and original idea by screenwriter David Callahan. This will be the second collaboration between them. They previously worked on Jean-Claude Van Johnson together, which that was a fun series if you didn't see that. But so Tom Cruise wants to go back to the 80s and make a sequel of another, or I guess it's the 90s, this one, of another one of his big name movies of all times.
Days of Thunder?
He wants to do a sequel to Days of Thunder. He wants to go into the NASCAR. He's taken to Paramount about doing do Top Gun and Days of Thunder. It's going to be what comes together first in terms of script. It depends on the ideas. Ultimately, the script, I don't think a Days of Thunder singer is a terrible idea. And to be honest, I don't think it could. I mean, it's not going to be like that if they update it just like how they did Rocky Balboa,
or Maverick, yeah.
Yeah, or Maverick. If they update it, I mean, you could still get another one out of it.
I mean, Maverick was so crazy to go see how everyone was there, and I was in that theater full of people that
it was insane.
Yeah.
But Robert Zemeckis
is it Robert Zemeckis?
Yeah, he is all about making a sequel to the greatest trilogy of all times in movies.
Forrest Gump.
No, the greatest trilogy of all time.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Yeah.
You want to make another one?
Now, he wants to make another one, but he wants to go on the crave of everything that's going on, and he wants to make the musical Back to the Future as a movie.
I can see that working, honestly. I think I can.
I know, right? Like, I mean, it'll be stupid. I'm sure it's going to be stupid. It's not going to be like, it's not going to be, award winning, I don't think. But I think it's going to be like Mean Girls.
But they sort of kept that Mean Girls movie secret as a musical for all the whole thing we saw. I'm like, is this like a remake? What is this? And then, of course, it was a musical. So I think in Back to the Future, they really pushed the musical aspect in the.
I would check it out because I already want to see the Back to the Future, the musical, to play.
Yeah.
I've already stated that I've been wanting to see that. But this would be just like, I don't know, man. I'll go for it. I'll do it just because I know I can't make it to Broadway anytime.
Yeah.
And Chris, that is today's news.
All right, let's do this.
That was the Movies Don't Suck and Some of the Dudes news segment. I told Chris a bunch of stuff. He liked it because if he didn't, I'd quit and go somewhere else.
All right, let's talk Conclave, man. Directed by Edward Berger. He directed All Quiet on the Western Front. Won an Oscar for it, or nominated for an Oscar for All Quiet on the Western Front. He directed that. I don't know if you saw it. It's a German language film from last year. It's written by Peter Strong and Robert Harris. Robert Harris being the author of the novel it's based on. This stars Ray Fiennes as Lawrence.
Do not eat.
Stanley Tucci as Bellini.
All right. Sounds like you're having sex in here.
John Lithgow as Tremblay.
Then I will ensure that a barometric report.
Ushin as Masmati as Adeyemi. Jack Coleman as Wozniak. Thomas Luby as Mandorf. Brian F. O'Byrne as O'Malley. Isabella Rossellini as Sister Agnes.
Whoa. Look at this.
Ronnie Kramer as Mendoza. Sergio Castelletti as Tedesco, who I tried to find but couldn't find. Valerio da Silva as Father Haas, and Carlos Diaz as Benitez. And finally, Joseph Meidel as Nakatanda. You know, let's go through the storyline for Conclave.
Cardinal Lawrence is tasked with running the covert process after the unexpected death of the beloved Pope. Once the Catholic Church's most powerful leaders have gathered from around the world and are locked together in the Vatican halls, Lawrence uncovers a trail of deep secrets left in the dead Pope's wake secrets, which could shake the foundations of the Church.
So we know a lot of people have thoughts on the Catholic Church itself. But
I mean, I don't know who would be best on that one. I don't know anybody that grew up right next to probably the most popular Catholic university in all of the United States of America or the world. Let's be honest.
So would you call this a mystery or the thriller, maybe, or conspiracy thriller? Like it's a PG, so there's not like shooting or something, but it's pretty captivating. This thing.
Yeah, it's pretty captivating, and it's pretty like it is by any one. Let's get into this just like we did with Wild Robot first.
Uh-huh.
It was just beautifully shot. Let's see if I got if this is the right picture. Yeah, there we go. Like every scene that they did just has this aura to it, or like looks like look at this stuff. This is just like
it's shot beautifully. It's shot
it's
amazingly.
shot beautifully. Like every
The
image
shot is framed
it's just so beautifully well done. So I mean, the cinematography on this movie was just ridiculous. Now, this is like one of those movies where who did it? It's a mystery thriller, I guess. I'd go mystery.
I guess so. Yeah, and I gotta say that the acting in this is top notch. Ray Fiennes is amazing. He should get nominated for something. Like, I mean, everyone in this is amazing. I will say, but
Ray Fiennes was great. John Lithgow being just a terrible human being in this was great. Stanley Tucci was great in his role. Like
it's crazy how everything is in. He's just so likable. It's ridiculous how likable he is, and everything he's in. It's it's upsetting.
I hope he's just that good of a human being. Period.
Oh yeah,
he'd be like one of the actors I'd get really upset about.
Oh yeah, something came out of yeah. You'd be like, not Stanley, but
no, not Stanley. Why did you take my Stanley away? Anyway,
So Neil, I want to mention something real quick. This movie has a lot of interesting things to say, and you know me, my battle with faith and doubt went out a long time ago. So, but even then, it has interesting things to say about faith itself. You know, like it just, man, it was just so good. Like it just, you know,
it was okay. It wasn't just about the faith itself. It's about the moral of character in a faith that like in or out of faith, where it's like, what is the morality of a character and why is that not in play when being elected something like being elected the new pope? They made this whole play on morality and how that should play a major part in anything you ever vote for or elect for in an election. And what a perfect movie to watch for this week.
Yeah, it was perfect. Like, I didn't think about like how similar it was to our current situation. So it's the things said about faith, like I was saying, it was kind of touching, even in points like that. Like as the man, faithless man over here, the things that Lawrence was saying, and sort of that, just sort of like I understand it better, you know, like, and it was just so damn good. This movie, and it was like you saying it would have been best adapted screenplay. I'm all about that with you. This is one of the better movies we've seen this year.
Yeah, this is a really good movie. Now, I don't know if this one will make my top 10, like how I think Wild Robot will, because I think Wild Robot hits a whole lot different than this movie. But this is a really good mystery thriller. It is really good of hearing the complications that were going on, what they needed to do to figure out situations in a pressed on time matter, because I mean, you're voting constantly, and so is a whole room to see who the next pope is. And if people don't have the right information, then that misinformation leads to bad choices.
I was sort of wondering how close it is to the actual process, you know, because it's shrouded in secrecy, the sort of thing that they do. And you know, the Catholic Church has all these weird sort of things going on. It's kind of spooky, the stuff they do.
Here goes. Here, actually, I took a couple of the facts I have from this, but this is what I couldn't put all these words on the page that we have in front of us. But right here it says, many of the measures Cardinal Lawrence and the rest of the priests take when going through the film's conclave process are true and accurate to the Catholic faith of centuries and tradition. The Pope's ring, called the Ring of the Fisherman, is really removed and destroyed after his death. An official Vatican announcement that the throne of the Holy See, the governing body of the Catholic Church, is vacant, is made. The papal apartment is closed off with a crimson ribbon and is sealed with a wax stamp. The College of the Cardinals really are sequestered in apartments called the Domo Sanctus Martis of St. Martha's House to eat and sleep between votes. And the windows and doors to the Sistine Chapel, where the actual election takes place and ballots are cast, are darkened, shuttered, and locked to maintain utmost secrecy during it.
Yeah. So, well, that's interesting. I wouldn't know how to.
You're literally locked in one part of the church
until you
of the
figure it out.
Vatican, the Vatican City, and they're like, "You figure this out now."
Yeah,
you figure this.
I'm going to Rome in February, and I really hope that we get to visit the Vatican.
Oh my
while we're there.
gosh! Oh, you bastard! I hate
I know.
you
And so
much.
after seeing this, I'm like, we gotta go.
I'm going to Vegas, and you're going to Rome.
That's still fun, dude. I mean, it's weird. I'm going to Vatican City.
I know it's only fifth row for WrestleMania. Nothing cool.
The Vegas will be cool, man.
Vegas will be awesome. We'll have a good time, and plus, I might end up dead.
Where you guys staying?
An Airbnb that's amazing. I'll show it to you.
Okay,
later. I'll send you the link.
But Conclave, it's a movie. When I went, there were no other people in the theater. I had the theater movie to myself, so it's not. I don't know if it's just not being promoted, but it's a movie that I feel like was released for award season, because I do feel like this will show up in a few categories at the end of the year, for acting, at least for Ray Fiennes, because he's incredible in this movie. It's captivating the whole time. Even at points a little bit progressive. You think about religion being sort of a set in stone thing, but there's liberal parts of it, there's conservative parts of it, and there's streamlining parts of this. And I feel like there are parts of this that were trying to they were trying to mirror the atmosphere in politics, like you said, this election, but a bunch of
That's
them.
the thing, though. I didn't feel like it was like a political. Like, that's why I liked it too. I think it kind of got my mind out of the political and showed that this could be in like a different atmosphere. That this kind of voting and it kind of it didn't make me feel political. It just made me felt more like. It felt more like gosh.
I mean, they were
like it was a group of random guys that are voting for something that had nothing to do with what I was going through this week. So it's like I don't know what to say there. I don't know what the best way to do
it's okay. But it's a very good movie. It's captivating. I said all the actors do their job and do it well, and it's a beautifully shot movie. And it sort of hit me in a way that I didn't expect going in. I went in.
I know, and it really did too. Like, I think that John Lithgow, and I'm going to say this, I think the John Lithgow villain character was one of them that really draws you into the movie, where it's just like all of a sudden it was like, man, okay, now I'm into this. Like that was, I think, the John Lithgow character and the interactions between Stanley and Ralph. Rafe was like literally the moments in the movie that I was like, man, I'm now drawn into this. Like, I'm really like their conversations, their acting is what made the movie. If those three actors weren't in this movie could have fallen flat so easily.
No, we have these three convincing actors that you're there, and you could have watched. I could have watched Rafe and Stanley talk all day, honestly, on this one.
Yeah,
it's just this worked on so many levels, and I'm glad that it did. I'm glad we saw this. I know me and Neil. Stanley, the people that would go straight for Conclave, but when I saw the preview for this, I'm like, yeah, I want to see this. I'm glad we did.
I 100%. I wanted to see this movie because I heard that it was exceptional acting and it knocked it out of the park. This is when acting is done well. I mean, the story's there too, but I mean, the acting in this movie is what literally makes this movie good. Like people are trying to compare it to Two Popes. I think this knocks
Oh,
Two
this is
Popes
way
out
better
of
than
the.
Two Popes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Way
I was
better.
not a big fan of Two Popes. So like this is I think this was a really good story. So Chris, let's go ahead and get this done.
Just scoring.
Let's see.
Just scoring this.
I think my score on this is like a 4.3. I wish it could be better. There's parts in it I wish was more intriguing to me and stuff like that. I'll go 4.4. But the acting does like pull you in so much that by any means it didn't knock it out. It knocked it out of the park. It was still a really, really good movie, just because I'm just saying that there's parts in it that kind of I wish they could have sharpened it a little bit more. But Stanley, Rath, and John, like they knocked it out of the park. There's a whole reason this movie exists.
So, you guys know we ranked it from a scale of 0 to 5. Mine, I'm going to go a little bit higher than you, and people might sniff their nose, say Scott, but I'm a 4.5 on this one. I really like Conclave. It's something I haven't seen this year. Like, I always like movies that stand out, and this one stands out big time when it comes to movies I've seen this year. And Conclave is one of them. Like you said, the acting's top notch. The framing of shots made it beautiful. It's a beautiful movie, and I do like a lot of the messages in here, even if I'm a man devoid of faith altogether. So Conclave, it's
you don't have to mention that every time, buddy.
I just make it clear I'm not Catholic. I'm like
every time.
Clear.
Anyway, go ahead.
I imagine the other people that are not of faith and they would skip this movie, but you shouldn't. I think you guys should see this. And so 4.5. 4.5 from me and 4.4 from Neil. All right, Neil, I'm on RottenTomatoes.com right now. What is the audience score for Conclave?
Doing your mom?
That's not it.
That's Doing Your Mom. I don't know. Yeah. That's a song. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, audience score is going to be 68% because I think some people didn't get it.
85%.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, there's audience says on this.
I have right now. I have a lot of lack of faith in humanity, so therefore, I thought they would make me get that.
Audience says Conclave is a thought-provoking papal drama that was the edge of your seat suspense with venerable refines. All right, Neil, what is the critic score for Conclave?
I'm gonna have to go with they said 85, 88%. They're gonna have to be higher because they're critics.
Certified Fresh at 92%.
92.
Yeah. Critics' consensus is carrying out papal pope with immaculate execution and carry out how it worked from refines. Conclave is a godsend for audiences who crave intelligent entertainment. All right, Neil, I read a bad review and a good review. This is from Richard Brody, New Yorker. He says, instead of rising the awe-inspiring heights of their settings, the refinement of performances is narrowed to monotony. Neil and I disagree heartily. And this is from Frank Wilkins at Real Reviews. He says, Berger's film is a triumph of storytelling. Must watch for political thriller enthusiasts, anyone intrigued by a delicate dance of power and fate. He gave it a perfect score, 5 out of 5. This is, you guys can watch this in theaters. I imagine it will show up at the end of the year when the Oscars are announced. So it'll show up.
I'm sure this is going to be in the next month or two. This is going to be directly on some streaming platform because they're going to want to build a lot of for the award season.
Yeah. So the Conclave, guys, check this out in theaters. I know everyone's waiting until the middle of the month when Gladiator 2 and Wicked come out, but just watch. This is what you can watch for those come out. Is Conclave.
So now that we've covered both these movies, which one gets the Oscar?
I think The Wild Robot's an Oscar for Best Animated Feature.
You think animated feature for Wild Robot there?
Yeah.
You don't think the adaptation will come in?
I don't know if it will get it. I don't know if it will get it on there.
Because what are the animated movies this year? There's more animated movies that came out this year that I know.
Yeah, there's one that we talked about just a couple weeks ago. That Pharrell movie, Piece by Piece, was animated.
Yeah, I think that one gets animated movie of the year.
I disagree, but I thought.
Or Transformers 1.
I heard that was pretty good, man. We never saw that.
No. We can when it comes out. I don't know if we'll get to. We only got so many movies left.
Yeah.
And let's see what else came out.
But
Kung Fu Panda 4 was the second highest box office movie of the year so far.
But it was live action mixed. I think that doesn't count as a main feature.
Inside Out 2.
Yeah, that's gonna get that might win. I don't think it should though.
Like there's another one. I know I'm missing one that we watched this past year or we heard of. I'm missing one. I know Despicable Me 4, but I haven't
Yeah.
I know. Infinity on Crisis Earth. No, I'm just kidding. The DC movie is not winning, even though it was a good series. Go watch the Infinity Justice League Crisis on Infinity Earth. There's 3 movies, and it is great. It is a great animated series.
So I think that's next week I gotta talk to you off the air about what we're doing next week. I don't know what movies we're doing because I have a few suggestions.
No, there. Number one, there's one movie we
Heretic,
are
right?
doing. Yeah,
Heretic,
there's no bottom line to
Okay.
that.
Heretic,
There's no argument there.
Okay.
There's no way I'm not going to see creepy Hugh Grant.
By the way, I already had tickets for it. So
creepy Hugh Grant is like I'm all for that right now, and
Okay.
I'm more. And I think my wife and my mother-in-law both want to see that movie. So I think we're going to go do like on whatever day I have that we all available. I'm going to see if I can.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it next Tuesday with 5 other people. So
yeah, it's the next go-to movie of the year, man. I think it's literally the one for.
It's one that when you saw the preview for, like, yes, we want to see creepy Hugh Grant.
Who doesn't want to see creepy Hugh Grant? Everybody wants to see creepy Hugh Grant at least once, right?
Yeah. So
unless he doesn't do it well, then we don't want to see creepy Hugh Grant.
So we're doing Heretic, and we'll figure out that streaming film and let you guys know. But are you ready to get out of here?
Yeah, man, let's get out of here for this week.
You find us all on movies.suck.net. We're at w2mnet.com. Number 2 movies.net. You'll find us there on a bunch of really cool podcasts. We're on X MTS Podcast, on Instagram MTS Podcast. We're on Patreon. Don't suck. We're on Bonfire. Search Movies Don't Suck on somethingtodonfire.com. You'll find us there. Go to Blackwood S Productions at TeePublic. You'll find us there too. Just for merch. We're at YouTube at Movies Don't Suck Podcast, and wherever you find podcasts, Movies Don't Suck something to do. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. We love you. Neil, what do we do for small businesses?
You got a small business, let us know, email us, message us, do whatever you need to, send a smoke signal, whatever. Let us know, and we'll give you right here, just like we did earlier. We want to support local and support you free of charge to our thousands of listeners and our millions of followers on Movies Don't Suck and Something to Do.
All right, let's get out of here.
That's another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Something to Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And remember, no matter what's going out in the world, just love each other. Remember to respect each other. And none of you will get stuck in a conclave or out in the wild like a robot. Behave, love each other, and have a good night. Hey, thank you for all the viewers that are watching. I've seen you guys pop in and out all night long. Thank you guys. Cover us, watch us more. Make sure to share, subscribe, like, follow, hit notifications, all the above, so we can get more money in the world, so we can make tons of cash and be millionaires and no longer work our normal jobs. We'll do 10 episodes a week if you guys make us millionaires. We'll do cover.
We do
live in a double. We'll do a double house. We'll live in a double house together, where it'll be like this will be one hallway.
We'll have a compound. Yeah.
And that go to our secret podcast cave.
We'll have interns too. We'll have interns as well.
Dude, mine will be the bat poles.